We haven't had any coffee, breakfast, or anything yet. That's what we're here for. We just saw a bear cub over there on that far shore. Good morning. So yesterday when we got to the campsite, we were pretty well exhausted. We got things set up. Cooked a few steaks and just chilled by the fire. Tried to stay away from the mosquitoes. But made it an early night and got a good sleep. We had been traveling for a full day to get here, and then spent a whole day just getting out into the wilderness ways here on Vera Lake. Got up early, about 5 a.m. and got out in the boats and spent maybe an hour, hour and a half fishing here in Vera Lake with no luck. Come to find out after a little research, there's not a whole lot of population of fish in here, so we went back and had a little breakfast, and now we are just going to portage into a couple other lakes and try our luck there. So it's a little short paddle to the portage and we'll be on our way again. So our goal for this little jaunt is to find a lake with trout, lake trout, and maybe possibly some brookies. Be nice to be able to make it worthwhile to camp on Vera, since the fishing there is not great. The map doesn't show the next portage to even know where it's at. We're in the wilderness now. Whew. Tree. How in the hell am I supposed to get up here? Without falling on my ass like I did the last one.
Yeah, I did too.
Nope. Alright, here we go. Sheer willpower. There we go. I see water.
Good.
This is bushwhacking. Oh, very clear water. Alright, I get my footing. Try to turn this over without filling it with water. Guess it's going this way. Hell yeah.
Fucking slippery.
Got a spot. There we go. It's all gonna be worth it.
Fucking A right. Is this the lake?
This is it.
This is it.
Only dumped it once.
Yeah.
When I went up that rock, that big
Oh,
sheer
yeah.
face,
Yep.
I couldn't see what I was stepping on. And went over, and I just dragged it up that rock and then reestablished. we had a failed mission into those 3 little lakes. Saw a lot of minnows in each one, but didn't see any fish of any size that were catchable. And going to reassess the rest of the afternoon and evening if we're going to venture over into Knife Lake. I believe it's a 200 portage. See if we could pack up and get over there, find another campsite, get set up before dinner. With any luck, we'll see how much energy we think we have once we get back to the campsite. Of course, right now we're in the heat of the day, probably 1:32. The sun's been blazing down on us, so it'd be nice if the breeze picked up, keep us a little bit cool off, and keep the mosquitoes at bay. Sounds a lot bigger than what it is. Wow, wilderness beard is coming in good. Alright, one short paddle to the campsite. Boys, what are we thinking so far?
Righteous.
So sleepy, are you?
Yeah, sleepy.
Alright, so after a vote for no to not go to Knife this evening, we had a revote, a for no, and then we had a successful petition to to recount the vote, and we are now staying in Vera for this evening. Way too hot out there today, so we did not get out there and get any other fishing in, because obviously there isn't any fish here. But the plan is for the evenings just chill here, get some rest up, and get up early, crack of dawn, headlamps on, probably not, and head our way over to Knife and on a 200 rod portage, right? 198. Well, it'll be 200, probably 400 there and back a couple times. But the goal is then to get into Knife Lake, find a great campsite there, and stay a couple nights, catch a lot of fish. We have yet to fry up any fish, which is very disappointing for day 3 of the venture, right? Day 2. This is day 2, almost day 3. So anyway, we'll see you in the morning bright and early and on the way to Knife. Have a good night.